There is no one in the Canadian film and television production industry who has had more impact than Paul Bronfman.
I chose to have my friend Paul join me today because it's important to recognize that shows like The Handmaid's Tale chose Toronto because we have an industry here that can produce and support the production of world-class content. And no one in the history of Ontario has been more instrumental in the growth and success of our industry than Paul Bronfman.
I first met Paul in the late 90s when I was the production coordinator on a TV show called Goosebumps. If you meet a crew member from that TV series in the late 90s, they will all tell you, without exception, that it was one of the best experiences of their professional life. He was a great businessman. He built White's into a hugely successful company, but it was about the people.
Paul loved people, and that was clear in every interaction with him. The people who do the work that makes our industry great here in Ontario were always a prime concern of Paul's. And ensuring their health, welfare, their ability to continue to do that work was amazingly important to him.
What really sets Paul apart is the personal time he gave serving on countless boards and committees. He backed major productions and championed emerging filmmakers. Never in my 25 years of knowing Paul would he not step in to help us bring a project across the finish line when we needed help.
So many people considered Paul a friend. And he considered so many people a friend as well. And all his industry connections, so many of them, he considered true friends. And anyone associated with his favorite board, which of course was FilmOntario.
He was a really, really determined guy. And one of the things that he was really determined about was when he heard that FilmOntario was coming together, he wanted to be a part of it. He was keen to join, keen to support, keen to be on the board of directors. And if he wasn't the longest serving director, he was certainly one of them.
Paul was the biggest champion of FilmOntario. Whether we were meeting with the Premier or ministers of the day, one couldn't get far into a description of FilmOntario before Paul would interject about how this consortium was one of a kind, a model for advocacy in the industry. Paul couldn't help but convey his pride and confidence in the work that we do together, because it was all about the people and the thousands of workers we represent, whether in studios or production companies or unions, in front of or behind the cameras.
He was fiercely loyal. You could count on Paul to have your back no matter what.
Paul will forever be missed at the boardroom table. Before every meeting, he liked to chat, share a story or two, a joke, or perhaps even a rant.
He had exactly the same expectations of himself as he did for everyone around him. And it always came from a place of passion. Passion for the film and television industry, for the music industry, all of the creative industries, in fact.
And premiers and ministers listened, respecting the years of experience Paul brought to the table, his understanding of the importance of tax credits and stability to competitiveness, and Ontario as an ecosystem of domestic and foreign service work. How we could use Paul at those tables now.
He set the tone, which was one of unity, compassion, and inclusiveness. A reminder that we're just people coming together to do some good work, stronger together. It seems a simple thing, but it's not. It was Paul's superpower.
I learned a lot from Paul. I'm going to miss him deeply. We will all miss him. He's left an incredible hole in this industry. But I have to say, the lessons he taught me will live on forever, and I know that that is true of everyone who had the privilege of working with Paul Bronfman.
One of the things that he loved the most was being with film people. He loved this industry and he loved the people in it. He loved the people in the room today listening to this video. And he wanted to spend time there. It was the thing that he dearly loved to do. And so I think that's kind of inspiring, isn't it?
Through his generosity, the AFC has been able to improve the lives of thousands of folks working in this industry in Ontario. His generosity is an example to us all, and we'll never forget it.
On behalf of Paul, myself, the 40,000 plus cast and crew working every single day in Ontario, and all of the studios, suppliers, and support companies who have had success in Ontario, we are forever grateful of you, Paul, and will cherish your memory with gratitude forever.
I love the guy to death. Generous, larger than life, full of life, family man, loved, absolutely adored his family, and was such a proud father and then grandfather.
Paul's legacy lives long and strong in Film Ontario and through the independent filmmakers and young creators Paul supported through the years to innovate, experiment, and continue to bring stories to our screens. Paul was one of a kind.
This is somebody that we should never forget. I'll never forget him, and our industry shouldn't either.
He was a man of exceptional kindness and generosity, including with his time. He invested in people, got to know them, and championed their efforts. His passion was unwavering. He was a mentor to me and to so many.
And everyone would agree he was like no one else, in our industry's very own superhero.
He was strong, compassionate, could be a pain in the ass, but loved his people, loved his family, and loved the industry. Holy shit, will he be missed.